Do you think it is easier for a man or a woman to be single? Which one is easier? Is it easy for a lady to be single or for a guy to be single?
Oh, I don't think either. I don't think either is easy. I think it's a personal decision on how you look at it as a man or a woman, you know.
Hi there and welcome to With Wanza. My name is Wanza. Thank you so much for being here, guys. Thank you for the support. And if you have not subscribed, please subscribe. Last time we were talking about singlehood and we were answering a few questions concerning singlehood, and now we are doing part 2 of the same, and we'll be continuing with the questions. So maybe we'll answer 3 or 4 more questions or 5, and I'm joined by my friend, and I'll let her introduce herself.
Yeah, I'm Eve Gracious. I'm happy to be here, and let's continue doing the relationship questions. Karibu.
Yes, so Eve is very passionate about single people, and she's also passionate about family. That's something that we share in common, and it's nice, it's amazing doing this with her. So thank you so much, guys. So let's get into the questions. So the next question, from where we left from, what are the advantages of being single?
We have a lot of advantages.
If they're there.
Yes, they are. We have a lot of advantages in terms of when we're looking at how you can grow as a person. Yeah, you can grow. You have time to grow spiritually to whatever heights that you want. Not that in marriage you can't, but there are a lot of responsibilities that come with marriage. But as a single person, you have enough time to grow spiritually, develop personally, financially, socially, in every way possible. Then you really relearn yourself or get to know yourself well as a single person. I've come to know myself better as a single person, you know, my identity being as if gracious without being attached to any other person in terms of husband, you know. So there are a lot of things that I've learned. If you ask me right now, 2 years ago, if I knew what I knew now about myself in terms of probably ministry, or I'll tell you no, because when I started the ministry driving singles, I was just doing events. I never knew I could run a ministry, but look where it brought me. If I were married,
doing so well.
Yeah, if I were married, I don't think I'll be thinking about thriving singles. I'll be thinking maybe about thriving couples or thriving families, you know.
Yeah.
So it has brought a great aspect of rediscovering myself. Yeah.
Well, that's good. I think I agree with you totally. And
Yeah.
maybe one thing I'd add is that you have more time in your hands.
Absolutely.
And I think that ties
Absolutely.
to you being able to work on so much
Yeah.
in just improving yourself and just doing ministry as God is telling you to do it.
Yeah.
I think that's an advantage. Then the other thing for me that I would highlight is the aspect of responsibility. As a single person, you do have responsibility, but not as much as you would have when you're married.
Absolutely.
I think marriage comes with a lot of responsibility. And so you can take advantage of the singlehood stage and really just maximize on being single and enjoy your singlehood.
Yeah.
Just really
fun.
maximize on the singlehood so that when
Yeah.
you're getting married, you're actually ready for it.
Yeah.
The responsibility,
Work, man.
the words,
Work.
just be ready for it. And
Yeah.
we actually, not saying that marriage has no advantages, it has so many of them. Yeah, we're just talking about singles today, all right? Okay, so the next question. Hey, wait. We've answered what are the advantages?
Yeah, of being single.
Do you think that single people are happier? Well, I think this is happy in comparison to married people. Do you think that single people are
No,
happier?
I think happiness is a choice. Whether
Okay.
you're married or you're single, it's a choice. You decide to be happy in your marriage, not because it's blissful and thriving, no, but because you went there intentionally knowing that I'm going in here, but I'm going to be happy, whether it's good times or bad times. You just have to find solutions that come back and be happy, you know. And you can be single and just choose like, I'm going to be happy anyways, even as I wait, you know. It doesn't mean that I have to have a husband or babies to be happy, you know. So it's a choice. It's not a stage. Actually, I'm single and happy. I'm married and happy. No, it's a choice.
I totally agree. I think, as you say, you well put it that happiness is a choice.
Yeah.
And sometimes I think there's this notion that we have that I'm happier, especially for single people.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not married yet, but sometimes we think we're happier when you're married. But
Yeah.
I think, as you're saying, if you're not happy as a person, not even marriage can make you
No,
happy. You gotta be
no.
happy as an
Yeah.
individual.
Yeah.
So are single people happier? Well, not really. Even married people are happy, okay?
Yeah,
So
of
I,
course.
I don't think we can do a comparison to that.
No.
You can be married and happy, you can be single and
Yeah.
happy. So happiness is
It's a
something that you have to
choice.
work on, whether married or single.
Yeah.
I agree. So the other question is,
Yeah.
do you think it is easier for a man or a woman to be single? Which one is easy? Is it easy for a lady to be single or for a guy to be single?
Oh, I don't think either. I don't think either is easy. I think it's a personal decision on how you look at it as a man or a woman. You know, if you choose to be single and productive, it's upon you. It's an inner decision whether you're a man or a woman. You know, you can choose to be very productive in your single years, and you can choose to mess around in your single years, do everything that you're not supposed to do. So it's a choice. It's a choice. You either choose to live it easy and not do the wrong things that everyone else is doing at the singlehood, and just see life through God's eyes, you know. And you can still be a man or a woman at that choice anyway. It doesn't fall on a woman or a man. You can be a woman who's gallivanting and doing all the wrong things, and it can be a man who's gallivanting and doing all the wrong things. So it's neither a man or a woman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or it's not easy for either. It's an individual thing.
Choices.
So it depends with each person, and that person can be a guy or a lady. Though I feel apart from now what you decide yourself, then there's the outside factors that determine whether it's going to be easier for you being single
Yeah.
as a lady
Yeah.
or a guy.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking of things like the pressure that can come from maybe family. Family can make it very hard for you to be single as a lady or a guy. Maybe they're saying, no, you need to be married by this time.
Yeah. When are you getting married?
When are you getting married? And that can be a pressure on the
Yeah,
guy or
or
on
a
the
woman.
lady. So
Yes.
I think it depends on each context,
Yeah.
depending on where the person is coming from.
Yeah,
And the
exactly.
pressure is not only from family, there are many
Yeah.
kinds of pressures, outside pressure, society pressure. There's just all sorts of pressure.
Absolutely.
So it's not easy to maybe say which one is
Yeah.
easier. Though, do you think like in the African culture, it is easier for a man to be single than a woman?
Oh man. In
What
the
do you
African
think?
culture, yeah, you see most ladies that get pressured because of age, and people say menopause is coming when you're gonna hold your babies, you know. But you can see a very old man, but nobody's pressuring them, you know. So I think, yeah, there's a lot of pressure on the woman's side. Yeah.
I actually agree. There would be more pressure on a lady
Yeah.
who's single than maybe on a guy in the
yeah.
African culture.
Culture, yes.
All right, maybe that's something that we can discuss further, but not today.
Yeah.
The next question is, why do you think some people prefer to be single? Did we answer this question?
Yeah,
I
we
think
did.
we talked about it, so we
yeah.
won't answer that again.
Yeah.
Look at this. There's a bird that has just nature things.
Yeah, nature things. I'm so sorry.
Why do you think single people? What do you think single people feel on Valentine's Day?
How they feel on Valentine's Day? Well, it depends on how old they sorry.
How old?
How old they are on Valentine's
Yes.
Day. Because if you're whole, you'll just choose to see what you'll do. Maybe you hang out with friends, maybe buy yourself a gift, maybe just decide like, man, Valentine's is just like any other day. So I mean, I'll just sit in the house.
Without the pressure, let me ask you. Without the pressure of people going out, what news to do, what there's all these things
Yeah.
about what people are doing on Valentine's.
Yeah,
What
I
are these
remember.
married people?
Yeah, they have studio couples.
Do-
What?
eh.
Then you just have the singles hang out. You know, I remember when I was in hall, I feel pressured to wear red, like to appear with a flower, so that I also look like me too. Maybe too. There's someone who's bought me flower. You know, but I reached a point and I was like, goodness, Valentine's is just a day like any other day, you know. So I can choose to hang out and just have fun with the girlfriends, even if there's no man, or I can just choose to let it pass like any other day that passes. You know, it's it's not like life depends on Valentine's. Yeah, whether I'm single or not. Yeah, if there's a guy, let's do it. Let's have fun. If there's no guy, we're still good. Yeah.
Though one thing I find, Evelyn, is that there's a pressure that is real that comes to singles, especially the ones that are in a season of singlehood that they feel is sort of unwanted. That's the time they remember, oh, why has this not happened for me? So there's that aspect
like
where
it's taking too long.
Yeah, so
like I should have someone today buying me flower.
Yes, so I feel like it can be like that sometimes for people, where you're actually feeling there's a gap and you feel like there's something that you want to God to do for you, but He has not done it. And so that day you're reminded. You're like, so it can be hard. I think it can be hard.
It can be.
And then there's this other thing that we see people, you see that the way Valentine is written, the acronym. Now people even come up with very encouraging acronyms to just encourage themselves in the Lord, especially single people.
Yeah, really?
Only that I can't get one, but
yeah,
there are those, you've seen those Valentine acronyms and the way people just put encouraging words there to encourage themselves, single people. But it's not a bad thing, actually. It's a good thing.
Yeah, encourage yourself in the Lord and just know that one day there's a Valentine that's going to come and there'll be someone who's right for you.
Yeah, so if you're discouraged on Valentine's, just find a way to encourage yourself, whatever it takes.
Yeah, whatever.
Okay. So the last question is, do you think there is a soulmate somewhere for everyone? Is there someone specifically for you?
For you? No, I don't think so. Because like you're told in the Bible that those who are not meant to be married. So if we say everyone has, what about those ones?
No, we are not talking about those ones now. We are talking about the ones
everyone
that are meant
else.
to be married.
Okay. I think there's a right person for you. I wouldn't know if I would call it soulmate, but I would say there's that right person for you somewhere, you know. And then I would say that that right person will be determined by a lot of factors. Not necessarily that it will be this specific one. If it's not him, that's it for you.
You've messed it up.
No.
Like if you miss out on this one, Evelyn, you're
done.
The other person that you're going to be with, not the one.
What I can say is that for those who trust in God to lead them to the one, God can propose someone to you, lead someone to you, but it's upon you to decide if it's going to be the one or not. But remember, there's this perfect will and there's the permissive. So the perfect will, God knows exactly who will match perfectly, you know. And so if you say that yes to that, then lucky you. If you say no to that, then you'll end up with permissive will, which is probably maybe second best or third best or fourth best. So that's upon you to decide, you know. So it depends on a lot of things. I can't say that it will be this one person somewhere. Yeah.
I actually do agree that there's no one person for you or for me. But God does lead you to, He does propose someone like, you do very well with this person. And that's why we hear people saying, God spoke to me about this person, or God told me. It's actually God who proposed, like, this would be a good person. But a good person that would actually match very well to fulfill your purpose, you know, in this life together. And but I don't think that if that person, if you're not with that person, that it means you're doomed. God can still, is so gracious, He would still propose another person and say, you do well with this person, you don't do well with this person. But then I think when someone is rebellious and they are constantly not hearing God, then you can miss out on God's best, you know.
Absolutely.
And you can also choose for yourself, led by your own mind and your own just your own desires, and that means that you could choose wrong when you're led by that. But something maybe I'd like to highlight is that when you're actually being led of God, it doesn't necessarily just mean that you will hear a voice saying, Evelyn, I, the Lord, saith that this is the man for you. Sometimes God will speak in very simple ways. You see someone, you like them, and you feel like you would actually, or rather you evaluate and you see that you would actually match with this person. That is still God speaking. That is why He's given you a brain to be able to evaluate some things. And so God speaks in many ways, and the only way that God will speak is not through those supernatural ways. Sometimes He will sometimes just tell you he was speaking very in a language that you can understand, and it's not necessarily complicated,
Yeah.
even when it comes to getting a mate.
Yeah, something I've just remembered, Wanza, is that people pick for themselves and then they bring to God to rubber stamp, and then they say, God said, I prayed. No. If you've picked for yourself and then you come, you've already decided, like, this is the man I'm going to marry, or this is the woman I'm going to marry, and then you come and now pray, and then you say God spoke to you, you might just as well be lying to yourself. You pray first, and then after that, the directions will follow.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not the other way
Oh,
around.
that's a good addition.
Yeah.
That you pray and then God leads you, but you don't go
Absolutely.
choose and bring
And
to
then
God
exactly.
and say, "Oh God, this is the one.
This is the
is
one. Put your rubber stamp.
It's something that Evelyn was telling me a while. We were saying a bit earlier that
Yeah.
there's what you need, and then there's what
Absolutely.
there's what you need, and then there's what you want, and there's what God knows is best for you, but then there's what you think is best for you.
Hallelujah. Preach it.
So you can choose the wrong person
Yeah.
based on your own desires
Absolutely.
and wants, and you can choose based on that, and you could choose wrong. That's the danger. But when you go to God, I think there needs to be the aspect of surrender for God to lead you, to be submitted, so that when God is leading you to a person, and
Yeah.
it's a person that would be good for you, you're not very rigid to say, me, I don't want that kind of a
Yeah.
person, God. Me, I want this kind of a person. Yeah, so there's that aspect. Yeah.
The needs, yeah. I would feel like maybe just sharing a bit of what I think God needs at this place. Where for me, I would say someone who's after God's heart truly, not a Sunday church goer. There's a difference. Someone who's really truly after God's heart. You know, when God tells them something, they will obey it,
Yeah.
irrespective of how it looks physically. They will obey it and follow it to the end. Then a vision, someone who has a vision in life and purpose. Are we heading towards the same direction? If you don't know where you're going, then where are we going as a wife? Where are you leading me as a man? You know. Then there's character. Is my character well groomed? Is yours well groomed? You know. Then compatibility. Are we even compatible in the first place? So those are some of the things that I feel like fall in the need category. Vis-a-vis beauty, dashboard, behind. Money, wallet, all those things. I think they're wants. We can work out money. You know, it can come. You know, other things we can see how to work out. You know, sex. We can see compatibility. Those are things that you can work on. It's like when you're going for shopping, you buy needs first, then wants if it's possible. You know, so if you get all those wants, it's good. If you don't get them, and you can do with needs and be happy. Yeah.
So the preferences should not supersede the needs.
Absolutely.
All right.
Yeah.
I totally agree. Thank you so much. I think this has been so much fun. Thank you so much,
Wow.
Evelyn.
Yeah.
We'll probably do another video because
Definitely.
I'm definitely enjoying this.
I
And
am
love.
super excited.
Yeah.
You're the best.
Thank you so much, Evelyn, for joining me. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you're not subscribed to With Wanza, please subscribe.
Yeah, hit that button.
Yes. Thank you so much for the support. Have a wonderful time until when